Some of us stumble across them by pure chance. Others are crafty enough to piece together a puzzle or finally crack open a secret passageway. Either way, secret levels in video games are always a treat. After all, it gives creative teams the chance to include some ridiculous scenarios that contrast greatly to the main game, or fighting a giant slot machine in space. I'm Jake, the voice Pa, and these are the 10 silliest excuses for secret levels. The first game from the Command & Conquer real-time strategy series was none too easy, much like its challenging add-on The Covert Operations. What the packaging doesn't tell you, though, is that it also contains a mini-campaign called Fun Park. Your enemy consists of dinosaurs. Most of them are pretty slow, but they can take a lot of damage. In the final mission, you can even play as the prehistoric creatures too. Obviously, this is a parody of the hit novel Billy and the Clonosaurus by Seymour Skinner. Duke Nukem 3D is a goldmine of ridiculousness. After all, it's a shooter that lets you play as a steroid-laden stripper-ogling superhero who fights aliens with shrink rays and freeze throwers. The Sega Saturn port has one exclusive mission, at the cost of various better ones, Urea 51. The mission is made up of conveyor belts, cranes, and corridors with a small handful of enemies and turrets thrown into the mix. To round it off, Duke must jump into a giant toilet floating in space, filled to the brim with green liquid. If only this level was flushed down the toilet too. British developers Bullfrog made their name with Pim Hospital. You'll need to balance the books and the bedpans to cure the numerous quirky illnesses in order to rake in the dough. You'll receive special updates via a fax machine. If you press 7287 on it, and then complete the current level, you'll be warped to a secret mission. Shoot all the rats infesting the halls of an empty hospital before the handymen clean up the rubbish. It's tricky, but you'll be granted some weapons to get the job done, including bombs. The exterminator business does indeed have its perks. id Software's revolutionary first-person shooter may be dated by today's standards, but back then, shooters that ran as smooth as Wolfie were almost non-existent. Within the stone-filled walls of Castle Wolfenstein lies a secret level infested with the ghosts from Pac-Man. As goofy music plays, they will slowly follow you, ready to chew away rapidly at your health. All you need to do is grab as many goodies as possible and escape in one piece. No matter how big your appetite is, these enemies cannot be eaten. Which is strange, since the protagonist doesn't mind eating dog food for a little bit of health. Sick and tired of everyone making unofficial expansion packs for their slobber knocker of a sequel to their iconic shooter Doom, id Software released 21 challenging levels created by the best map makers of the Doom community. One of the maps, the Express Elevator to Hell, actually featured a secret level that the developers never discovered. It transported the player to a nasty mission called Bad Dream. Starting off in a small room, the objective is to dodge up to 34 cyberdemons and grab all the keys. Ammo is scarce, and entering the circle will activate the slow-moving crusher. At least you have a teleporter to zip you to the other side of the map where the locked doors are. Once you liberate Nazi-occupied France as the badass French resistance member Manon Bestis and rightfully earn yourself every medal in the game, the top-secret mission, Panzerknacker Unleashed, will be yours to play. A German scientist's creations have gone haywire and have infested the halls of the castle in which he subsides. Expect knights, dogs driving half-tracks, zombie SS troops with exploding heads, and even 6-foot-tall nutcrackers with bazookas. The final mission is a grand rush to the exit. You get help from your own nutcracker ally called Panzerknacker, who will help you escape in one piece and live to tell the bizarre, unbelievable tale. Remember near the end of the stealth action game Metal Gear Solid 2 when you had to guide a naked Raiden past a squad of guards? This secret virtual reality mission takes away your weapons and clothes, and forces you to slip through enemy defenses again. Streaking mode is made up of 5 consecutive stages that must be completed in one sitting. Once you win one, you'll be teleported to the next. If you're caught, you need to beat that level again to progress. But don't feel too comfortable. A timer is counting down, and will continue to do so even if you're caught. If it hits 0, you need to repeat this humiliating process from the start. The planet Corneria is under attack by evil mastermind Andros and his battalion of ships and robots, and it's up to the brave pilots of Star Fox to thwart the invasion. After entering Route 3 and proceeding to Asteroid 2, a meteor will appear on the far right. Blow it up, and an egg will crack open to reveal a bird. If you collect it, you'll be warped to a new dimension. It's a strange world full of paper aeroplanes and wobbling planets with creepy faces. A gigantic slot machine will even appear, spinning its slots and spitting coins unless you get 777s. When that happens, the credits will roll, the end appears, and the level will loop. To summarize, Fox and his team are stuck in a goofy dimension forever, and Andros can take over Corneria without any fuss. That's pretty dark. Resident Evil 2 delivered an unforgettable survival horror experience to the world, much like the first, albeit with more zombies alongside better writing and acting this time. Only the most talented zombie killers were able to unlock the secret missions. The fourth survivor, which was a time attack mode. Special Forces survivor Hunk acquires the deadly G-virus in the sewers, and must rush to the station rooftops with a limited arsenal while dodging or fighting any enemy or boss in his way. If you complete the game 6 times with an A rank, you'll get the Tofu survivor. Essentially, it's the same as before, only you play as a large chunk of tofu, which has a lot of health, but only a knife to defend himself with. It's a bit strange how the undead don't mind nibbling on a bit of bean curd rather than human meat. Even then, he'll spray blood when he's bitten, not to mention swear in Japanese when he's hurt. Rise of the Triad's Extreme mission pack was solely worked on by 2 developers. Among the many brutally difficult missions are some missions which are only accessible via level warp. One of them is the Grand Vomitorium. Every wall is scrawled with the words, "You do not belong here." After collecting lots of power-ups that make you shake and bounce uncontrollably, you must make these ridiculously high jumps to land on a moving platform. After that, you're teleported into a room with just the void surrounding you, all sky and no walls. The game will try its best to throw tricks and traps at you to push you into the void, killing you instantly. In the distance, "Cheat Now" is spelled with floating hover pads. Level designer Joe Siegler was hell-bent on making you rage by exploiting the game's engine in such wacky ways, and thus created one of the most bizarre and nightmarishly difficult secret levels ever to be played in a video game. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out our other top lists. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks for learning.